What's up, everyone, and welcome back, or welcome. This is your first visit. My name is Matt. On this channel, I review brand new cars. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm at Coggin Honda in Jacksonville, Florida, taking a look at this brand new and refreshed 2026 Honda Pilot. And I'll take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to explore it from the exterior, interior. We're going to turn some knobs and push some buttons, take you on a complete test drive at the end of this video. So if that's something you enjoy watching, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, subscribe to it, give me a like, and now let's get back to this. It's hard to believe that Pilot's been around for over 20 years. Since 2003, this three-row SUV, it's part of Honda lineup. It's been very popular. Since 2006, it's made in Lincoln, Alabama, and this plant produced over 2.5 million of them. So it's a very popular SUV, one of the best in the segment. And for 2026, we have some changes, much needed ones. But before we get to the interior and take a look at the engine, let's start with the exterior design. From a distance, doesn't seem like much has changed, but as we take a closer look, you can see that this front end has been completely redone. We now have this larger square grille. Also, the bottom portion of that bumper has been reworked as well. A large Honda logo front-facing camera and this touring trim. Now, we also have the LED lights, daytime running lamps, turn signals, and at the very bottom of the bumper in the corners, you see the fog lamps as well. We have the air curtains providing a better aerodynamics for the vehicle. And let's pop the hood open, see what's underneath. And underneath the hood of this 2026 Honda Pilot, we still have the tried and true 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6, producing 285 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. This vehicle is all-wheel drive, gas mileage 19, and the city 25 on the expressway combined numbers 21. What's interesting, this vehicle is equipped with the VCM, which is variable cylinder management system, allowing the vehicle to turn off up to 3 cylinders in cruising speed, giving you that better gas efficiency on the expressway. Now, as far as the 0 to 60, I'm not sure what the number is, somewhere in the 7 seconds. And then one thing that Honda could improve on, instead of having this ugly prop stick right here, they should put some hood struts, but they did improve on the sound insulation, so they say. So we're definitely going to check out the right quality and the quietness of the cabin at the end of this video. We also have the dual hood latch right here for in the front for better safety and security. And before we start driving, let's talk about the dimensions of this vehicle. So we have a 78.5 as the width of it, a height of 71.1 inches. We have a total length of 199.9 and the wheelbase of 113.8. The vehicle's curb weight is 4,650 pounds. And take a look from the side. That looks really good. It looks like a proper SUV should. Very classic. Nothing too funky, but very easy on the eye. Let's take a look and see what's going on right here in the front end. This touring has the 20-inch rims. They say it's the black wheels, but it looks like a two-tone, kind of more of a charcoal matte or satin color with the polished aluminum rim. On the exterior, we have the tire size at 255 by 50, of course. All-wheel disc brakes, independent suspension all over. We have some matte black cladding going on at the bottom of this vehicle, as well as around the wheel wells. As far as the mirrors, see, they're folded in right now, but as I put my hand inside of the door handle, it has the proximity entry system that unfold. You've seen the turn signal inside of the mirrors. We also have the blind spot assist and the rear view camera, or the side view camera, I should say. As far as the window surrounds, we have the chrome at the bottom, black on the top of the windows. We do have the panoramic sunroof and the roof rails, which are standard equipment on this touring trim. As a matter of fact, there's standard equipment on all of the trims right now for 2026 model year. You can see the gas tank is right on the driver's side, and the platinum white really shines in this. I don't know if you can see it, if the camera does it justice, but it has a lot of sparkle. And moving on to the back side of this vehicle, I don't think anything has changed at all. I have a 2025 Honda Pilot, and it looks exactly the same. So we have the third brake light, exposed wiper. This vehicle has a blackout package, so all the emblems are blacked out. We have the Pilot that's spelled out. As far as the tail lamps, you have the LED lights, and that includes, of course, the tail lamps, turn signals, and the reverse lights. Here the turn signals are right here. Let me blink them. No, I can't blink them because the vehicle is on. Scrolling down, touring is the badge right here. And moving on to the bottom portion of the bumper, pretty good design. The exhaust tips are fake, unfortunately. We have this gunpowder metallic trim right in the middle. If it had a tow hitch, it could tow up to 5,000 pounds. The spare tire is mounted underneath the vehicle. Now, let me pop this gate open. Let's see how much room we have. And we can open the gate several different ways. One of them would be pushing the button on the remote. This is the new Honda remote. Lock, unlock, remote start, hold to open the gate, hold for the panic button. Honda logo right here, and the indication of which driver it is. That's important because that's assigned to the same as memory seat settings. So let's hit this. And let's get this gate open. That is a power lift gate, of course. And now we have 19 cubic feet of storage, which is really good. It's not the best in its class, but it is one off. Now we have an additional storage underneath this floorboard, which my wife absolutely loves. It is, she hides everything in here, and it is absolutely a lifesaver. So you don't have to use this top space and have people peeking in and see what you have. So what else we have? We have the feature where when you walk away, the gate's going to close by itself. We have the 12-volt power outlet, and then the seats fold down, of course. Now we have this really nice brown leather interior. I'm going to show this to you in just a little bit. It's easy to fold down the seats, and now we have a lot more room. Now for the third room passengers, they have their own cup holders, USB Type-C ports, and of course they have their own ventilation, and yes, they do have the reading lights as well. And the middle row seats can be folded down as well. This middle seat can be removed. Let's take a look and see what's going on the interior. And of course, this being a 3-row SUV, we must check out the third row seat. So there's a button at the back of the seat. You push it and move it out of the way. And now let's see if I can fit. Now I'm 6 feet tall, so bigger size adult, right? Let's see if I can fit. Yeah, right now that's not bad at all. I have my own headrest, comfortable room for maybe up to 2 adults here, maybe 3 small children. They do have 3 seat belts here just in case. Now, as far as the knee room, let's check this out. So this seat, let's move it all the way back. Can't go any further. And let's push the recliner. Okay, now I can still fit. There's only about maybe half an inch, maybe a little bit less in front of my knees. And I wouldn't want to be stuck here for a cross-country road trip. However, for shorter trips is definitely acceptable. So this is definitely more of an adult-friendly third row seat than most of the midsize SUVs. And another thing to mention, of course, you have your own illumination, USB Type-C charging cup holders, and the vents are actually on the sides here. Most of the SUVs will put it right here. That blows directly in your face, and it drives me crazy. Now Honda move it on the side. I think that's a smart move. Of course, no shortage of room in the second row seat. Now I have this front seat adjusted to my regular driving position. I am 6 feet tall, have about 2 inches, maybe more, in front of my knees. So they made this compromise. This is not as large as some of the competitors that I sat in, where you'll have like 3 inches here, but no room whatsoever in the third row seat. I think Honda balanced it out really nicely with that. So plenty of room, shoulder room, headroom. No issues here. The seats are nice and comfortable. If I were to complain about anything, they are a little bit too short for me as far as the bottom here. But we have flat floor, plenty of room, definitely for 3 people in here. Let's check out the rest of this interior, starting with this rear door panel. So we have the leather trimmings on the side as well as on the armrest. We have some simulated wood trim. We have the manual sunshade. We have some aluminum trim. So a lot of things going on in here. We have 2 speakers, part of this Bose stereo system, 2 cup holders here, more storage at the bottom of the door. We have the Pilot name right on the door sills, and let's check out how the seats look. Now this is real leather, guys. This is the brown leather interior, looking very elegant, very sharp. We have this brown and black trim here, and now this middle seat. Now what can we do with this middle seat? You can do a couple things actually. You can leave it as such to make it a seat. You can pull on this lever here and make it into a console, or if you want more room here, you can just push this and essentially remove the entire seat. And guess what? There is a space that well that I showed you in that cargo compartment. That seat will fit in there. Now, of course, you won't be able to fit anything else in there, but that's what it's there for. Oh, and in addition, I want to show you this too. So right here, we have in the back, I have this cargo cover that extends to this second row seat, and you can clip it on there so nobody can see what you have in the cargo cover. Of course, if you don't have the third row seats up. Now, in addition, in this middle console here, you have the ability to change your own temperature, adjust your fan speed, so you have your own climate control. Vents are right over there, and then we have the 2 USB Type-C ports. And I wish they left the regular household power outlet on the touring version. They don't have it anymore. I kind of missed that. Now, what also we have more cargo storage in the seat back pockets. And let's check out what's going on in the front. Before we get inside, let's take a quick look at this sticker. I'm not sure if you can see it. 2026 Pilot all-wheel drive Touring S. That's the Blackout package. MSRP $52,295. We have the Platinum White as an accessory and post-production options with the Function package, which includes the cargo cover, all-season mats, door sill film, rear bumper applique. Total MSRP $54,995 for 55 grand. Essentially fully loaded. There are 2 trims above that. We're going to talk about it just a little bit. Let's get inside of it. You know, proximity entry system. Put your hand inside of it. Let's close the door, see, hear how it sounds. Boom. That's solid. That's never been my complaint with any Honda, essentially, for the sound of the closing door. And here in the front door panel, we have essentially the same setup as far as the color and the trims. But of course, we have the addition of window, mirror, lock controls. We have the memory seat settings here and more storage at the bottom. Now, Pilot again spelled out on the door sill. And then the driver's seat, we have the 10-way power adjustment on the driver's seat, nicely bolstered. I really dig this brown interior. Let me know what you guys think about it. That's solid, and this is real leather too. So nothing crazy in the pedal box. Okay, and then we have the ability to open the rear hatch right on the side here. Now let me get it out of the sun, get inside. I'll show you the rest of this interior. And we're going to start with the sound of the closing door. That is pretty solid. And here it is, guys, the interior of this brand new 2026 Honda Pilot. If you're familiar with the Pilot, you see some improvements here already. So let's talk about it. But we're going to start right on the side here. First of all, you have the Bose stereo system. Now, there used to be 10 speakers, if I'm not mistaken. I think Honda added 2 speakers because now we have the 12-speaker Bose stereo system. Large vents on the side. This is nice and softer touch material, so that gives in when you push it. We have this rubber lined shelf and this brown trim at the bottom of this dashboard. Now, what else we have? Larger screen. We'll get back to it, I promise. And then as far as the head-up display, I think you have to go with the top of the line trim with this, the Elite or the Pilot Black. Now let's take a look and see what we have as far as the steering wheel. Same as in my Pilot, really good to the touch, really comfortable feel. We have some stitching on the inside, and yes, we have a bunch of buttons. So seek, track, volume, voice control. We do have the pedal shifters in the back if you're into that kind of stuff. And then we have the Honda logo in the middle. Right on the right hand side, cruise control settings and adaptive cruise control settings. So that's what we have. Now we have this larger screen. That's exciting. So see what we have here. So this is a completely new setup to me too. So this screen gives you kind of everything. So we have the speed, you have the compass, elevation. On the right hand side you see the torque distribution. In the middle you have this vehicle silhouette that if I press the brake light, see the brake lights on the little guy goes on too. If I turn the lights on, the lights go on here. So that's pretty cool as far as the features here. The vehicle's got 4 miles. We're in the normal mode, 46 degrees outside. In case you were wondering why I was wearing the jacket, it was actually 33 degrees when I got to this dealership here. You have the fuel gauge on the right hand side, temperature gauge on the left hand side. Let's see what else we can change. So pitch and roll, you can set this up here. You have the seat belts. Yeah, I'm not wearing one right now. Maintenance, we're at 100% of oil life. Tire pressure, start driving to show this, and safety support. So all of the safety systems are here. No content, and then brightness settings, and go vehicle stability assist, gauge display settings, speed, distance, unique height, show, gauge design. Let's see. So let's go to round and see what that looks like. That gives you that more traditional styling. Round minimal, bar minimal, just minimal. Okay, which I guess that's what we had before. All right, let me know which one you like about this. I'm an old school guy. I think I'm just gonna go with the traditional settings, but that's what you have in the instrument cluster. Definitely an improvement. That's a bigger one, and the big improvement too, that now we have the 12-inch screen instead of the 9-inch screen that we had on the previous generation. And now this is the Google built-in, so it's developed by Google, and I think this is the right choice. So we have the Google Maps standard as far as the navigation system on here. Let's turn on the location here. This is the first time anybody ever played with this. Go to map. So Google Maps. Every vehicle that I do it with, I compliment that it's bright, it's visible, it's very precise, and it's the same thing here. If you like Google Maps, you're gonna love this. If you don't like Google Maps, you get to love it once you start driving it. But if you're not into Google Maps, but you're an Apple user, you have the Apple CarPlay. That's standard on this vehicle as well. That's wireless. And then let's go back to the home screen. Let's see what else we have. Phone, FM, Play Store, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa, Google Assistant, vehicle settings, general settings, profile settings, Bluetooth audio. Okay, you can read through that, right? Vehicle settings. I like how they do it, okay? Everything is pictured, so there's no guessing. Driver assistance, driver position, lighting setup. See, interior, light dimming table, auto headlights on, wipers, auto high beams. They're a little bit too sensitive if you ask me. They keep on going on and off, and especially in the neighborhood where there's a lot of cars. They don't leave enough gap to turn off. They stay on. Anyways, that's just me. That's just my opinion on it. So we have the keyless entry setup, door setup, climate control setup, power tailgate setup, meter setup. So tons of setups here. And change view, if that's what you like. Right on the side, you can control it through here. Okay, so let's go back to this main screen and move on. We have the Wi-Fi hotspot, cabin talk, clock, Honda Link, compass. We have the display mode and all apps which you can download from your Play Store. So that's pretty cool. Now, one thing that I really want to check out is this camera system. And look at this. Look at this, how nice and bright and visible it is. It has the trajectory lines. Oh wait, it doesn't have the front trajectory lines. Come on, Honda. I would like to see that in the front here too. Many vehicles do it, so you can see whether you're gonna hit something while backing up or not. So that would be a nice addition to this already good camera system. We have a different angles here, and that's about it. Down here at the bottom, we have the volume, power knob, we have more vents, and then we have the climate control settings. So this is pretty cool. Auto, really easy setup. You can set it up to auto and forget it. You can sync it, unsync it. You can have a separate temperature for the different zones. You also have the rear settings here too, so you can control what's going on in the back. Turn down the fan speed, rear fan on or off, rear lock. So if you don't want anybody messing with that in the rear, you can also enable the rear lock so the kids are not fighting over the temperature. Scrolling down below, oh, by the way, and then we do have the heated seats no ventilated seats on the Touring. Two USB Type-C ports, as you can see. One is for charging, one is for data, and then we have the 12-volt power outlet. Who knows what that is for? And then we have the wireless charging pad, and we have this shifter. Now this shifter I've had and getting used to it. It's not my favorite one, but it is there. And what else we have here is the drive modes, auto start on and off, downhill assist, brake hold, and the electronic parking brake. More room in this large console right here in the middle, which is nicely padded with leather. And as far as the drive modes, let's check this out because there's a lot of them. Okay, it shows up on the instrument cluster with the sport, normal, econ, snow, trail, sand, and tow mode. Okay, so plenty of modes. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to leave it in the sport mode, even though we're not going to do some crazy accelerations or anything like this. Well guys, moving up on top, we have the HomeLink system. Oh yeah, so they have the HomeLink system on here, and there's no rear view like the digital camera mirror. I'd have to find out if it's available on the Elite, but that would be a nice addition for any of the three-row SUVs. And up on top, we have the light controls, so the lights are LED. You have the ability to open the roof or open just the sunshade if you wanted to, and here it is. The roof opens up, nice and wide opening. We have some windscreen protector, one close operation here. In addition, we have the sunglass holder, and probably my wife's favorite feature is where she can see what the kids are doing is this rear view mirror. So in the visors we have the mirror with illumination, and this is pretty much it. Now if you want to get more light in here, look how big this sunroof is. This panoramic sunroof extends to the second row passengers, definitely makes the cabin brighter with it on. Now I'm not a big sunroof person, but I guess if you are, I mean, this is a very nice addition to it. This is the interior of this 2026 Pilot Touring Blackout package. Let's talk pricing, take it for a spin. So on Honda's website, we have several different trim levels to choose from for a 2026 Pilot, starting with the Sport in two-wheel drive, which is front-wheel drive. Total MSRP with destination $43,690, all-wheel drive $45,790, EXL two-wheel drive $45,990, all-wheel drive $48,090. Touring, which is the one that I'm sitting in right now, plus it has the Blackout package, but this one's $52,590. So now we have the Trail Sport $51,890, Elite $54,990, and Black Edition $56,490. So the only two bottom trims, the Sport and the EXL, are available with the front wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Everything else, Touring and above, is all-wheel drive. So here are the new features for the Pilot. Let's go through all of them. The old trims, they have the redesigned front fascia with a larger grille. We have the new 12.3-inch HD display, new 10.2-inch digital driver instrumentation display, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, which I had on my 2025, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Google built-in, quieter cabin. Well, this is something that I was really looking forward to because it's reduced by 2 to 3 decibels as far as the road noise for inside the cabin. We're going to check that out. Improved steering feel and precision power tailgate. On all the trims, previously just the EXL and above. Roof rails added to the EXL. Yeah, I had to add it myself. 2 new color options, solar silver, metallic smoke blue pearl, and post-collision braking system. That is added as a standard equipment to all of the trims. Now Pilot Trail Sport, we have the heated rear outboard seats, available brown leather interior with orange contrast stitching, and we have the ash green replaces the diffuse sky metallic. Pilot Touring, we have the 360-degree surround view camera, which you've seen. More premium upholstery and trip, available brown leather interior, which I'm sitting in right now. Redesigned machine finished shark gray 20-inch wheels. That's what they call shark gray. And the Elite have the new wheels, ultra suede seat accents, and then the Black Edition adds the redesigned black wheels. So these are the changes, guys. As far as the drive, let's take it for a quick spin and see how that handles. Well, guys, when I got out of the house this morning, it was about 29 degrees, which is in Florida, it doesn't happen very often, so hence the jacket. Now it's 46, and it's going to get up to probably about 60 or 70, so layers, layers, layers. But anyways, we're going to take it for a quick spin, but I'm going to start right here in this lot to check out the turning radius. Now, they say it's more precise steering. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to tell any difference between this and what I have, which is just about a year old. And we're gonna make a turn here. Yeah, I honestly never had an issue with steering on any of the Honda products. They're very nice, very tight, and very precise. I like the weight of the steering wheel, although when we first got ours, my wife was complaining that it was too light, that the previous generation pilots that we traded in for the 2025, and that was 2019, that it handled better and it had more weight to the steering, so you can kind of feel better as far as turning and the precision of it. So maybe that's what they did, maybe that's what they added to it. Well, I've driven my Pilot yesterday, so I should know, right? Yeah, make a quick U-turn right here. Again, very nice and precise. And notice something, that it has a very nice suspension. Now, the suspension is not super soft, it's not a hard suspension, but it holds the vehicle in place. It's not sporty, but it definitely makes the difference as when you're driving. Overall, a quiet cabin. Now, even on the previous generation, you had pilots that were touring Elite, and I believe the Black Series had both the front and side windows that were acoustic windows, and that made a big difference. Now, do I hear any road noise here? This is not the best road, so I should hear quite a bit of road noise here. Yeah, I hear it, but it's not as loud as in my car. This was one of the big things that we were complaining about ever since we got it, that it is really noisy on the inside. And that paired with the non-premium stereo, because I didn't want to spend the money to go with the higher trim level. Yeah, it's something that now we're looking maybe to trade up and get something like this. Now, will this be our next vehicle? I don't know. But I gotta tell you, I like the improvements that they've made, and I like the redesign, even though it's not huge. That front grille, they didn't make it a humongous grille like a piece of fence that they put in the front of the vehicle. Instead, they made some subtle changes, which still makes it feel more muscular. It also has this classic SUV look that I really like on pretty much any Pilot. I think it's the best designed Pilot out of all of them over the years. You know, like I mentioned before, started in 2003, going on to 2026 right now, so 23 years ago. Yeah, that's nice. Well, one thing, you know, we get about 20.8, 20.9 miles per gallon with mostly highway driving, which is not great, you know, considering there are SUVs in the segment that are hybrids that will get you 35 miles per gallon in the combined cycle, which is a lot. So that's one thing that I would like to see Honda improve. But I like that they stayed with the naturally aspirated V6. There's no turbos here. There's no turbo lag. I mean, it feels really, really good. The quality of the finish, it's a really high quality. We've never had issues with that. Now they updated the infotainment system, which was my complaint about the previous one, the 9-inch screen. My wife never really paid attention to it. She says she doesn't use it a lot. Now we have the built-in Google Maps. I mean, that's really, you know, something that I like on the vehicle. Bigger screen, brighter, more visible, easier to use. The digital instrument cluster, I think, to me, those are the big improvements on this generation Pilot. Well, guys, I'm going to stop really quick right here. We're at the complete stop, 0, and let's go. You can definitely hear that engine noise getting into the cabin once you step down on it, but we're at 55 miles per hour. There's no issue as far as acceleration. I've owned this Pilot that we have right now for about a year and a half, and I never really lacked power. Now, it's family SUV, right? So I don't go next to a sport vehicle and try to race it on the light. But as far as merging in traffic and as far as the regular day-to-day use, there's really no issues with that. So definitely recommend this vehicle to anyone who's looking for a three-row SUV. Now, the competition is not sleeping. Don't get me wrong. You know, I really like the Toyota Grand Highlander myself, and I've tested out the Hyundai Palisades, and there's a new Kia Telluride that's coming up, and all of that is competing in the same category. And this is definitely not the flashiest one out there without the biggest screens that there are. Pretty much all of the competition has even the equal or bigger screens, and the technology is very similar. However, you know, the feel of this vehicle, again, you buy a Honda to last you for a long, long time. You want the reliability, you want the longevity of the vehicle. That's what you're looking for. And I think Honda delivered on that aspect. And yeah, if there's one thing that I would like to see, maybe a hybrid version of it, which I know Honda's been talking about putting out a hybrid, which nobody knows in the details about it. Some people said it was a 4-cylinder hybrid, others that there's a 6-cylinder hybrid that's being developed. I guess time will tell, and hopefully in the future it's going to come out with something similar with a lot of better gas mileage. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video is helpful, and I hope you learned something about this new 2026 Honda Pilot. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more automotive content. If you like this video, don't forget to drop me a like. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.